Hi everyone, and welcome back to Undecorate with me at Happy Hot Home. Today I'm going to undecorate our foyer from Christmas. Yes, it's the beginning of February, excuse me. It is February 2nd and I am still working on undecorating this space. I'm happy to say it is the last space in our home that has to be undecorated, but it is a very large space and has the biggest tree. The tree in this area is 12 feet and it's not the easiest thing to put up or take down. So in this video, I am going to show you each little area of the foyer and how I created a winter look for the space and how I decorated our foyer table, along with the other little nooks and areas of the space that I will take you along with. I'm not going to show you as I take down the tree or anything like that, but I am going to show you what I did with each space and how I decorated the table. So the first thing to do was to bring in our biggest ladder, which isn't even all that big, but it's enough for me to get all of the ornaments and the ribbon off of the tree. I start by packing these unbreakable ornaments in a clear plastic bin. And since they are unbreakable, I don't individually wrap them. I just put them all in the bin by layer. And in between the layers, I use the fur ribbon. So I put ribbon in between the layers and I stack it all the way up to the top. Now that I have everything off of the tree, I'm going to wait for my husband to take that down, but now I'm going to move on over to the table. As you can see, it's kind of a mess. Just kind of stacked stuff on there as I've been undecorating rooms and moving things around, so it's a big hodgepodge of stuff. So the first step is for me to remove everything from the table and then start with a clean palette. So what I am going to do, I've taken the tablecloth off and I am going to show you the process that I use to winterize the table. It's still February, there's still snow outside, so I'm not going to bring in a spring look yet. I'll wait until March until I do that. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and winterize it and give it a little bit of a winter snowy look, using just whites and gold, just very neutral colors, and I will show you the process as I go along. So I'm going to start by bringing out my biggest pieces. The first thing I am adding to the table is a marble tray with gold handles, and I am using that as the base for my ginger jar. And in the ginger jar, I'm going to add some winter florals that I used on our trees. So I added a ginger jar to the base and I added the frosted white magnolias. They have a little bit of glitter on them and a little bit of a frosted look, kind of a snowy, crystally look. And they're really pretty. I used them on my trees and I want to continue using them throughout the winter. So I just put them into a ginger jar. And I am going to add these bunches of magnolia stems. I really like the bunches. I don't separate them. They create a really full look if you add them to already existing arrangements. And I have 3 of them, and let me show you how that changes the look and just gives it a bit of a fuller look. So here I have added the 3 bunches of magnolias. So the whole arrangement is made of magnolias. The winter magnolias, which are individual stems, that are these, and then the 3 bunches of magnolias that are those. And it just gives it a little bit of a fuller look. So I am liking how that is shaping up. So I'm going to continue adding items to the table. The next thing that I am going to add, I want to add something large over in this area. So I want to add some light to the area, so I'm going to add a lamp. So I have added a lamp and I've placed it on a couple books, which gives it a little bit of height and creates a base. So I am going to continue adding books into these areas, the left on the right, and then do something in the middle, and then do something in the front. So I've added several books to the areas around the corner of the table. I have 2 books over here, and I love these decor books, and I can link some of my favorites for you in this post, but you'll get so much enjoyment out of them. I just read them over and over and look at the pictures while drinking a cup of tea. They're just so inspiring. I love the Tom Ford book over here. It brings the black. That's actually a cover. The book is also black, but yeah, I think having that pop of black just adds something to the space, and it ties into the railing that I have. So I do need pops of black in this very large area, and that Tom Ford book is a really great addition. The one over here is a black and white Elements of Style. I use that one strictly for color. And so I'm going to add now something to the middle, because this is looking a little sparse, right? So we've created this border around this very large table. Again, this being a 60-inch table, there's a lot of surface area to cover. If you have a smaller table, you wouldn't use nearly as many elements, but I have to since the table is so big. Okay, I'm going to add something to the middle, and I'll be back. So the element that I've added to the middle of the table is a book stand and a picture. Sometimes I use books on the book stand, open to a particular page, you know, that has a winter scene or a spring scene that just has beautiful colors. A lot of these decor books have just these gorgeous pages of really rich colors, so I love displaying that. But for now, for this winter look, I just want to leave this simple picture with a gold frame that is tying into the gold pictures that are on the wall, that's tying into the gold marble stand, and it's just creating a little bit of color while still keeping everything fairly neutral. So now I have added objects on the left and the right. Mr. Ford was looking a little lonely over there, so I added a bud vase with a single stem, even though it has 3 flowers attached to it. Anemone, I think is what they are called. It's really just 1 stem. And over here, I added my favorite little bust. I call her Madeline. I'm sure she has a different name, but that's just what I call her. But her head is looking a little empty, so I am going to add something to that. Add something to her head to give it just a little bit more of color. But you can see that it is really coming along and everything is just being built up together. So I added a bunch of anemone flowers to Madeline's head. Again, it's one of those bunches that are already pre-bunched together, and I didn't cut it. And I just added that to tie in over here with the white, green, and black theme. Kind of like a winter theme. And I added a candle here. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some brass candlesticks in these empty areas and then show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have added 6 brass candlesticks to fill in a couple of the empty spaces. Not that it really needed it. I think there is plenty on the table, but when they're lit, they just look so pretty. So that is why I did it. And a single candle in front. So what do you all think of the look? I like it. I think it is a nice little winter theme. The golds tie in with the pictures. It is a very neutral palette, white, green, and black. Yeah, I like the way it looks. It's beginning of February. I will keep this throughout the month of February and change it out for March. So in the meantime, we are going to work on getting this tree down, and then I'll be back to show you what I do with this area over at the end of the stairway. And I've got to get all this flocking cleaned up. It's going to leave quite a mess when this tree comes down. And then I will light everything up and show you how it looks. Stay tuned.